Hello, everyone. This is Becky again here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and welcome. Can you hear me? Am I talking? um, we're just going to do some swatches of this little palette, which is trying to remember who made it. Uh, it says Yazarama or something on it. I don't know. I don't know. So let me see if the chat is working. Hello. Welcome. Can you hear me? Hello again. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Hi, Angie. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I'm just going to do some swatching today, maybe doing some swatching a little bit different than maybe you've done before on this. And I'm doing them ATC size so that I can add them into another journal, perhaps as an addition to a cluster or something. Hi, Shannon. Are you feeling better? I saw that you're planning to be live at 3 o'clock, right? So I'm hoping that means you're feeling a bit better. Hi, Leah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started with just a basic where you decide let's do 3 squares across, and let's do, I'm just using a pencil here. 1, 2, and these are hand drawn, so they're going to be irregular. So then how many can I get this way if I do that with a little break in between? I'm thinking I can get 5. So there will be 15 opportunities to swatch on this card. I'm not worried if they're straight or whatever. If you want them straight, you can pull out a ruler and make them straight as you want them. And I'm just going to put a different color in each of these. I'm not worried about labeling them because it's really, I'm making fodder that I can reach for. Hi, Mary. Hi, Dar. And Leah says she has sent out Christmas cards. And I'm going to just use this big old, what do they call it? It's a size 8. And I'm going to get a paper towel because I got these. And I'm just going to just do a quick swatching of these. I'm just going to pick the color up just as it is and put it in a square. Maybe add a little water to the back to the brush. Maybe I got it a little too dry. Pick up a little bit more color. Because the more water you add, the lighter the color will be, right? I'll rinse it off. Leah's wanting Dar's address. Hi, Kimberly 557. Let's do I'm just going to do this row right here on this top row. We'll see how far we get. I did wet this palette before I came on so that it would have some moisture to it. And I don't care if I go outside my lines a little bit. It's meant to just be a quick little swatch card. This looks like a chocolatey color here. It's not very wet. Now it's way too wet. but that's all right. We'll make it work. I'm hoping that by the time the new year runs around, I'm going to be able to hang some more art in this room because I have art from some of you that I'm trying to thrift frames for. How about that? This might hold all the colors in this palette. I just watched a show on Netflix. I think it was called School Spirits. It was quite interesting, but I hated the end. I think I'll skip the white because it's not going to show anyway. So I'm going to go into this kind of olivey green here. And you could do this for each set of your cart, of your paints that you have if you want to. I'm just doing this to have some little swatch cards at the ready for some other project. And I didn't see. Hi, Beth. So let's see. I want to do the one next to the green. In this one. This one and the first one look really close as far as the color goes. And there's a drop of water right there. That'll probably affect those squares when I get to them. Lots of air traffic today, so if you guys hear planes, I'm only 10 minutes from the Columbia Airport, so they're gonna be flying over. I think I got this paint palette at Michael's. I think it's a metallic, shiny paint. And this one seems to have a lot of brown shades in it, but that's okay. Sometimes you do a lot of things. If you think about it, maybe it's closer to maybe a sepia palette where all the colors are real kind of in the brown colors, because I'm noticing I'm getting a lot of brown here. Well, I get the paintbrush dry and then I get over here and it's not wet enough. By the last one of these that I do, I'll probably have mud in my glass. Okay, here goes another one. I'm serious. They are sending planes up one after another. I guess there's a lot of people going on vacation. Hi, Kathy Whitney. If I missed you guys coming in, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch everybody. And if I get too loud trying to get my voice over the airplanes, I'm sorry. And here we go into yet another brown. Got that one too wet, but we're just going to leave it. It's going to stay just as it is. Put a drop of water in there. Get some green on here. That's kind of a spring green there. It's very light. My Tippy cat is mad at me because I put Bengay on my knee. I guess after the first of the year, when we get a little bit better, on better footing, I'll look at having it dealt with. I don't really want to but if it keeps giving me this much pain, I will. And then the last one is black. And I think I will spray this. So I can pick the colors up easier. There is color in that palette. I can see it. I'm going to move this so I'm not tingling right by your ears. Oh, gosh. Give me this thing here. Nice and soupy now. All right. Now, say you don't want to do the typical little square grid. That's that there. Little squares, and you can see it's metallic. So what you can do is do something fun and pull out your stencils and trace them out so you have little stars. Or you can do circles, or you could do rectangles. And I just trace these out with my pencil, or little cubes. So let's fill one of these in with some of the colors. And you can choose to do all the colors again, but I was thinking I might do these as, like, do a couple as warm and cool. So I'm going to do blues and greens on this one. And I think I need a smaller paintbrush than that one I just used. Okay, here goes another one. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, so let's pick up some of this blue here. Maybe we'll do this one. All right, I guess I should look, see how many blues and greens I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can do this blue in 5 of these squares. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down here. Yep, I've seen that too, Kathy, where you just stamp out something you have that's maybe an open shape, like hearts or whatever, if you don't want to use a stencil. Yeah, I've seen that too. Let's put some of this green here. Maybe put one up here. Trying to find a place to put my finger to hold the paper so it doesn't run away from me. And I'm just being very random. I'm putting one in each kind of row, but not putting it in the same position. I don't really want a set pattern. You know, I just want to play. All right. Let's do another blue. Let's do this one here. Those two are so close. You swatch everything, Kathy? Let's see. Let's do this spring green. Spring green. Boop, boop, boop. I guess you could tape your stencil down and just stencil in, the color if you wanted to. Hope everybody's having a pretty good day. That was the spring green. I need the one more down here. I'll rinse it in my muddy, dirty water here. Oh, your palette sets. That makes sense, especially if they're in something like this. I mean, I could cut this shape and maybe do, a palette to go in this. But I hadn't thought like that. That's kind of an interesting color. Scott and I went to the bins and the Goodwill yesterday because I wanted a mini muffin pan to do some tartlets in, or I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're a raspberry almond kind of little thing for our sister meeting, our family thing that we're doing here Sunday. I should be cleaning the house today, but I can do that Friday. I can do all the cleaning crazy on Friday, and then on Saturday I'll do some pre-cooking. So I'm not trying to do everything in one day, and they'll be coming on on Sunday at 5. So that should be interesting. So there's my greens. It is really hard for you guys to see. Let me try something. Oh, yeah. Now you're getting better actual colors. I just turned the big bright overhead light off. All right, let's do the one in rectangles. And this one, I have so much here. We could do just the browns in this. Oh, bye, Shannon. Okay, and Shannon will be live at 3. So if she doesn't oversleep, we'll see her in a little bit. So I'm going to do the ones. This one looks red to me. If I remember right, it didn't really come out red. Let's see. Let's start over here. But we went to the Goodwill in search of the mini muffin pan, and we were in the bins, And I found one with all this kind of baked on stuff, but I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up because I can clean that." And I soaked it last night and I cleaned it and it still had a little bit stuck, so I put it back over to soak. So when I get done here, I'm gonna go and clean that off. So I'm gonna do 2 in that direction, and then I'll do 1 in this direction, and then we'll do another color on here. It looks red in the palette, but to me on the paper, it looks like a burnt sienna or watercolors is something I need to play with more. What did Leah say? Yeah, because the palette, you sure aren't very clear in there. Let's do the brown or the ones that come out brown, like this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So, and then whatever I have space left for, I'll fill with something else. I picked up the watercolor book at Ollie's, and it has some interesting techniques in there. And one of them was to take like these little blocks and create kind of collages with your watercolor like this. Take this and maybe sew it to a piece of pattern paper and then include some other kinds of paper. So we might do some of those activities later, and we could stick those in our creative wanderlust where we're wandering around learning how to use all these things in different ways. It's good to have them for your own reference, but the fact that you can turn around and use them as elements in your journal is also good. And if I remember right, Shannon said she's going to finish her stocking today. I finished mine almost the same day. I was eager to see how it would turn out. So I'm going to put these two side by side because I don't know about you guys, but these just look the same. It's like, did I really get different colors or are they the same? Callie, please don't bring any lizards in, honey. She's on patrol. Oh, that was Howard. Sorry, Howard, called you your sister's name. He's like, geez, Mom. I don't think he realized I had the door propped open. I just think they look the same. I don't see much difference. And this is really close to the black. It's a drop of water working its way down. I go quiet because I've started concentrating. There goes another plane. That one sounds like it's headed to Atlanta instead of Charlotte. Hi, Barbara Clark. So the next brown we have is down here. And this one and the one I just did, they look really close to me. I'm just filling in the squares here. Let's put this one here. Oh, that had a big bottle of water. Big ball of water come down on it. It was good to see Gina put up a video. So her and the hubby must be feeling Some better. That's good. Now, if you wanted, after these have dried, you could come in and add doodles in the open spaces in between the colors. I think that would be interesting to do. I don't know why that black is just not wanting to do. Comes out more gray than it does black. Sorry about the shadow. I turned the overhead light off because you guys weren't seeing the colors. Maybe here. Here comes another one. I don't think there's even 5 minutes between takeoffs. That's crazy. Well, that is all of the neutral colors. So we have room for one more. I think I'll try to pick up some of this kind of pink and fill in the last two. Okay. That sounds like fun, Barbara. Enjoy. Because that's kind of in that family. I wish I could afford to take, all the different classes that are offered up, but I have to just stick with what I can afford, which is watching my friends. I can afford watching my friends and learning from them and from their ideas. I would love to be able to take classes, but not in the budget. It's funny how this last three, the three squares that were remaining ended up real close together. All right, so that one's just all the kind of brownie phases. And so now we've got not very many well, we did the blues and greens. We did all of them except for white. We did some browns. I have two more. I have stars and I have circles. So the stars, let's do those in the yellows and orange. We could probably use that fat brush here. And it wouldn't take quite as long. Let's see. Yellow stars. I don't think there's very many colors to choose from this time around. We have yellow and orange. And then I guess we could do that one I just did on that other page because it's kind of peachy colored. Or we could just do all the stars yellow and orange. I hear a mourning dove. She goes, hoo, hoo, hoo. One, two, three, four. This will be 5. Okay. This reminds me of orange sherbet. I haven't had orange sherbet in years. That used to be like my favorite thing was the sherbets, orange and lime. But no, I haven't had it in years. I bet it's full of sugar. I'll have to read the label. I know when I was terribly sick with that wicked sore throat, I loved the Italian ices that Scott picked up for me, and I knew those weren't sugar-free, but man, they felt good on my wicked sore throat. Well, let's see. Is that 5 orange ones? So I guess we will do the pale color. And then we've got circles, and then that'll be all of these little cards filled in. Hi, Riri. How are you? So I'm going to go back into this color. My water is really kind of gross. So let's see if we can get some of this color on here. But you could definitely doodle on these if you wanted to once they're dry. Neighbors' dogs are barking. Dropped our car off at the garage again because the radiator was leaking. And we discovered there was a leak of transmission fluid too. And it was because they didn't screw the connection tight enough. So they're going to look at it again. And the mechanic, he said he thinks the new radiator they put in was faulty and that he will just charge it all back to the parts company because the quality of the parts has gone way down in the toilet. So we won't have to pay anything, which is good because I am so sick of dumping money into that old car. All right, bubbles. They should be blue, right? Oh, buy it. Oh, she said that was. Oh, that's cool. I see what she's saying now. Let's do some mixed colors. Let's put some of the green on here. Rinse our brush, maybe pick up some blue and go on this side. So it looks like the big blue marble. Maybe add some of this blue here and on here. I think that was the blue I had. And I'm not being particular. I'm just popping some of this blue down here. And then we'll rinse the brush and we'll grab some of the other colors. I'm sitting here thinking, who's cheese? And I realized that Riri had shortened Cheshire Cat. I was thinking, I don't know who cheese is. Just play with some of this. I think these could be fun to doodle with the different colors. Let's get some of that spring green. Plop it on some of them. Pinterest wants me to look at 75 new items. No, I don't know. I'm just saying it. I think it was a Pinterest notification, but you know, you look at stuff and then all of a sudden they find all this other stuff for you to look at. And Just Vintage Crochet has me. I went and I pulled out all this yarn and I'm working on what she called a cardi shawl. And it's 3 24-inch granny squares that you put together. I don't know how they're put together yet. I'm just focusing on getting my squares made first. I think that was the same color I just had. That's okay. So there we made some marbles. That was quick to do. So that's how you can do some swatches. I'm going to let these dry and I might doodle on these or I might use them just as they are. And I think it's fun to dig out your stencils and make some little swatch cards just like this. And I am keeping my live short because I have the attention span of a gnat these days. And I know we're all busy right now and there's a lot going on. So I try to keep my lives to 30 minutes or less now because I know not everybody has time to sit and watch me in the middle of the day. So I hope this was kind of fun, new way to do, this kind of getting your swatches done. If nothing else, you're trying out color families together. Yes, it does. It's kind of like the grid journaling. You could definitely use larger shapes and maybe even do all that type of grid journaling. I mean, you could take and just do a bunch of circles and then turn them into birds. You could do a bunch of circles, turn them into owls. You could do ovals, pick a shape and do multiples of it. And I think ovals would be fun to do your watercolor circle. And then you could just draw like the little ear feather like things and put wings on him. I think that could be fun. All right, guys, I'm going to talk to you later. I'll see some of you in Shannon's if she wakes up from her nap. I know she's been quite sick. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.